Kirsia has one daughter, um, Candace. Candace is 32 years old. She was always uh, my firstborn and always was like the daughter I never had. We spent incredible quality time when she was small growing up. I think I took her for her first golf lessons, her first downhill ski lessons, and may have been involved in giving her first driver's lessons. The fun with her is she always was a very, very intellectually bright girl. Uh, I've always had an incredible passion for fine luxury cars. One of my great memories of her at 9 or 10 years old, attending Ogden School on Oak Street in Chicago. I would take her to school some mornings when her mother couldn't take her. At that time, one of my favorite cars was a convertible Rolls Royce. I recall her asking me on occasions, please drive very, very slow when you get in the block of the school. I want to make sure everybody sees me in this Rolls Royce. I think at that time I had 3 or 4 cars. I think around 12 or 13 we began to teach her to drive, and I think one of the cars that I taught on was the Rolls Royce and the Excalibur to drive. Um, she has always been a very, very smart, beautiful girl, and we had incredible um, high quality time together. Um, my children represent, I think, my greatest accomplishment in life, along with my grandchildren. I know now when I sit back and look at how fortunate I was in life and the accomplishments I made, uh, fathering those 2 children by far was the greatest accomplishment of my life.
Tell us a little bit more about Cuttie's 3 daughters.
Yes, the oldest daughter is Kristen. Kristen is a very intellectually very, very bright, matured girl for her, a woman for her age. Kristen, they grew up in Prince George County, one of the wealthier African American counties in the country. They went to Prince George County schools. Kristen, number one, is the firstborn. She finished Prince George County schools, enrolled in Howard University, received her degree around 2015, I think, from 16 from Howard University. I think her degree is in um, health sciences, public health sciences. She now works in Washington, D.C. She is a absolutely beautiful young lady. She is a great orator. She speaks extremely well. She's well read. She is a person with incredible social skills, and a young lady who I know is going to accomplish much in life. I always felt very, I guess, disappointed in the amount of time I spent with my 3 granddaughters in D.C. I think the geographical location made it somewhat difficult for a weekly or monthly contact, but I was also the kind of grandfather that wanted my son to be the father and not interfere. My son Cuttie was a very, very strong, protective father. One thing I remember Kristen saying, because he was so protective of her, she felt she was the best protected person in the United States, that she had security even better than the president, because he really worked to know her every move, her every associate, and to make sure that she was safe and in a safe environment, dealing with safe people at all times. Um, she was firstborn, of course, so I'm sure she was the experimental child in terms of fatherhood for him. But She grew up to be a very beautiful young lady, a very smart young lady, and a granddaughter that I am extremely proud of. My second born, Marion, is 22 years old, a tall, beautiful young lady, probably about 5'10" now, a very stylish young lady, one who's interested in makeups, cosmetics, and I think fashion. She finished Prince George County Schools, and at this time is trying to decide what direction she's going with her life. I think she's attended junior college there. Um, the last time I talked to her, she said she was having difficulty deciding what she wanted to be in life. Um, I tried to give her some assistance in that. I asked her, did she know what she didn't want to do? And I posed the question to her, do you want to always live here with your mother and father in this room? She said, no. I said, what kind of car do you want? She says she wants a Cooper. What kind of apartment or condo she wants? One that would cost $200,000 or $300,000. I said to her, well, you'll need a job that pays at least six figures to be able to accomplish those things. So even if you don't know what you want to do, train and get the skills to do something that will bring you that kind of income so that you can fulfill those desires and dreams that you have. The youngest, Jen, is a senior in high school, a track star, was on a state championship track team last year, has her medals, many medals. She's also a ballerina. She's been taking dancing since very young. Honor roll student. Did a paper at about fourth grade on the assignment was to do it on a outstanding person. She did a paper on her grandfather. I still have a copy of it. Who he was, where he went to school, how many degrees he has, how many books he wrote. She is an honor roll student who I think will do well. She's seriously considering college, and we're of course going to try to encourage her to carry the Bacon legacy and the Jameson legacy on her maternal side to Kentucky State University. I think she will, any college she goes to, she will be an outstanding student because academically she's bright, and academically I know she'll succeed well.